Will and Courtney. All I'm going to say on this is Will is giving me creepy, locking you up under the basement vibes. Courtney is kind of giving me deer in the headlights because she has no idea what she's about to get into or what she even signed up for. It appears to me that Will has purchased his toy, his adult human toy, straight from prisononline.com. Yes, she may be cool and has a great personality, she's fun and all that kind of good stuff like that, but at the end of the day, I have paid good money on investing in her books, and when she comes home, she will be my adult toy. Now, we're just going to sum this all up that Will and Courtney's mom were out to eat the night before. I believe Will's mom is picking up the vibe that Will is a little weird, giving me very weird vibes. And she said that her daughter, Courtney, normally has bad decisions, bad choices when it comes to her friends, which it kind of makes me think that maybe Courtney is easily manipulated, or she just runs with the crowd. She's very naive, very young-minded, and makes a lot of silly mistakes behind trying to please people or be friends with people. So let's keep her up in prayer because she's coming out thinking that, Will is going to be a good support system, help her get on her feet, be this loving, kind, and supporting guy that I'm pretty sure that he has been portraying himself to be. But it seems, and I'm saying this because she has already said, hey, when I get out, I want to take it slow. I'm not trying to rush into anything intimate with him until I get like my nerves together. But it doesn't seem like Will is under that understanding. Will is ready to get down with it as soon as she touched down. He's got satin ropes. He's got plugs. He's got, I'm pretty sure, all types of oils and creams and things. Definitely, he mentioned something about some kind of oil to rub each other down with. Child, he is ready. He is ready for Courtney, his adult toy, to come home. He don't need no blow-up doll. He don't need no handmade pocket. He don't need none of that. He is ready for Courtney to come home, and as he told the cameraman who was following him around the hotel, you won't want to touch none of these items, nothing in this room after we done with it. That is, like, I mean, I guess it's okay if that's the man that you love and y'all together, you married, whatever kind of vibe you on. If that's your freak number, that is your freak number. But he is giving me very much, Courtney, you in danger, girl. You in danger. I would try my best excuse me, I got my windows down. I would try my best to get on up out of there and away from him ASAP before you end up locked somewhere on your knees, child, because he's out there. Whew, Lord. Michael and Joey. Oh my goodness. I feel so bad for, I want to say it's Joey. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the one that was waiting for the guy getting out of prison. That was Joey, right? So Joey has bitten off more than he can chew with Michael. Michael will be back the way he's carrying on. As soon as he gets out, he is still not trying to follow rules. He is supposed to be going to the halfway house to check in and do whatever he needs to do with them, taking care of his business first and foremost. But they're out to breakfast after he picks him up from the prison street or whatever where he got dropped off at. And they're looking over his itinerary or his list of things that he needs to do once he gets out. One of those things is go see your probation officer at the halfway house. He's automatically like, oh no, well, I don't want to do that. Let's just go to the hotel room tonight. I'll check for them tomorrow. I mean, if I ask them or if I go check and ask them if it's okay for me to go to the hotel, they're just going to tell me no. So why would I want to risk that? That is so immature. It's like he's not even trying to get his life together. He's not even trying to be on the straight path. He somehow figured out a way to get a reset and get all his contacts back. He's all giddy and laughing at these text messages from his old friends. Some of them are a little, unappealing, especially if you want to tell your partner, oh, one of my friends texted me talking about, oh, show me your thing so I know it's you for real. Why would you want to tell your partner that? But that just goes to show the immaturity level of Michael at this point. So they still end up, Joey's still like, listen, I'm going to try to help you the best way that I can. We're going to try to do everything the right way to get you back on the right track, back on the right track. So he ends up taking him to the halfway house that he's in, but the halfway house is somewhat like a sober living because Michael used to be heavy on meth. Now, that might be a hard drug to kick, especially when we really not sure what he was doing behind the bars, because you can still have access to the same thing in the streets that you can in there. So we really don't know what all he was doing in there, what lies he was telling and life he was living behind the prison walls, but it seems like it wasn't anything that was going to be progressive or anything that was going to be life-changing. Like he wasn't making any transitions for the positive. It's like, I'm still going to be on my bull crap when I come out. And this halfway house that he's supposed to be living in, which is somewhat like a sober living house, where they have rules and discipline, that if you don't check in or if you come in late after, if you violate these rules, then you will have to pay. So, of course, automatically, he's not for none of that. He believes it's all a scam. He's done it before. I've been here before. Last time I was here, I stayed for like 3 days and I was out. And where did he end up? So anyway, he goes, I believe it's some kind of orientation that, they were giving him the rules and telling him where his room was going to be. It's a nice place. It's better than some places. To me, it was better than Brooke and JK's guest nurse room. I mean, he had his own bed. He had his own space. It was clean. It was in a nice little neighborhood. It was somewhere discreet. It wasn't like he was like somewhere in a trap somewhere. I mean, it was comfortable, but them rules, I mean, I would think that after coming out of prison, being, having to follow rules and some kind of routine, that you would be used to that. But then again, once you get some freedom, you want to throw all that out the window, which is exactly what he wants to do. They jump in the car off to their next destination, and he basically tells Joey that we're not coming back. So be prepared to pay whatever my violation is going to be, because I'm not coming back here. So at this point, Joey is getting irritated. Joey's getting bothered. Joey's getting frustrated. Joey is becoming overwhelmed with what he has gotten himself into over love. And I hope that that he opens his eyes that you cannot help everybody. And Michael is going to be one of those people that he is going to have to let go before he brings him down. I can see if Michael was coming out and he was, hey, I got to get to the halfway house. I got to find me a job. I got to do this. Something that's going to keep him on the straight and narrow, that's going to keep him clean, that's going to keep him progressing to the point where he's not going to transgress to going back to meth. He's already trying to find, he was about to just die because his contacts to all of his old friends were erased. So his access to his prior lifestyle was depleted, and it's like, what am I going to do? I can't make it with just Joey living this clean life in a relationship. Ew. That's how he is acting. Like he is just out here in these streets. And just based on history repeating itself with him, I just don't sense anything good coming out of that relationship. And I feel that Joey will wake up and smell the coffee. Let's just hope that it's soon. Brooklyn and Brian, they ain't got too much going on, for real. Come to find out, that little picture that was in his iPad was nothing but a jailhouse picture. I guess in prison, from my understanding, when you're in prison, guys sell pictures. They sell, all types of merchandise to make $1. Stamps, pictures, probably drugs, cigarettes, whatever you need, you can probably get it to help your bid. So basically, he purchased a picture of some female, almost like if you were to purchase some nudes or something like that from a little nudie magazine or something like that, and that was his little picture. She gets all upset, and that was her drama. Like, oh my gosh, girl, get over it. I mean, because you wasn't coming to see him, and I'm sure you wasn't sending him no pictures. I mean, and if you were probably like, what, headshots or something? Because, I mean, it ain't very fun to be, sending pictures, of yourself and all of your natural glory for other people to see when they're checking them before they give it to him first or whatever. So I'm just like, what did you expect him to do as a man that's locked away? He got his thing off by pictures. Now, we'll find out if he actually knew the girl or not. I'm believing that he didn't know the girl. He just bought some pictures and that was like his little flick, because why would he even leave it up there for you to see if that was something to even be worried about or be talking about? So he's getting out. They don't really have too much going on. They did not have too much going on, to be honest. And if they did, I wasn't paying attention to them. So we moving on. So then we move on to Demontric and Kiana. So Demontric is in a halfway house. Demontric, he's on one of the assignments that he has to do, or one of his priorities, is to go on a job interview. So of course he calls Kiana to stop what she's doing at her job where she's working to pay the bills to take him to his job interview. So she stops. She's working at a pharmacy. She calls off or says she's sick or does whatever she needs to do so that way she can go pick up Demontric from the halfway house and take him to a job interview of sorts. So it's almost like a staffing agency, it seems like, where he was just given his information as far as what kind of jobs he would be interested in doing, what experiences he has had, all that kind of good stuff. Y'all, why did he show up in a white t-shirt and sweatpants? Now, I know that you're just getting released from prison, so you may not have everything, but I would think that your family members, maybe, or even Kiana, would have had at least a pair of slacks and a t-shirt that you can wear on job interviews, knowing that you need to find a job. Like, this is one of your tasks that you are required to have after release. So those would be things that people who love and support you would probably have for you, rather than just, oh, my man is home. I can't wait to jump on him and give him all this good loving. And just priorities, just a mess. Priorities not there. Sum it up. Not there. Went to the job interview. Of course, they said, well, we'll keep your information on file and we'll get with you. So, in the car on the way, Demontrix's phone is blowing up. It's been blowing up, and it is giving Kiana anxiety. That is a trigger for her because he is known, or he has the proclivities to entertain other women. So it's giving her some anxiety at the simple fact that he has been on his phone, texting back and forth. He says, man, he pulls this line, man, don't nobody want me. Don't nobody want me. Don't have to worry about that. You know, just trying to make her feel a little bit more secure. Do you have anything to worry about? So she's like, right? But in the back of her mind, she's also thinking about Joella. Joella is his children's mother, because he has 3 children with Joella. And in the beginning of the season, we already know that Demontrix stepped out on Kiana probably not once or twice. I don't know if when this 3rd child came in, I don't know if it's a twin or not, but he stepped out on Kiana with Joella. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason why she has anxiety. And that's the reason why she's scared, because she doesn't want Joella to hop her tail in the picture and steal her man. Because it's been a thing with them since forever, right? So her thing is, I had to make sure that I am there for him, that I'm the one that saves the day, that I'm the one who gives him money, that I'm the one that picks him up and takes him to point A, to point B, and maybe even C, all the time, because if I don't, someone will. And it will be over my dead body if I allow Joella to inch her way into my relationship and steal my man. Basically, that's what she's saying. And Joella has already got her plans in order. And it doesn't seem like Demontrix is too solid with Kiana. Now, he says on the outside, and this is probably just because of the history that they have together, but he says, I'm going to give her my all. He says that, I really care about her, all of these things, right? But yet, his brother, Jerry, pulls up on the scene in his Mustang. Now, if keeping it real was the theme of this show, he kept it all the way 100. Okay? Because Jerry pulled up with his Mustang. He is doing all that he can. He is just getting by. Just to get by. Just to get by. Just to get by. That's what his car is doing. Getting by. The car passenger seat window is being held together by 3 screwdrivers. Okay? Now, you know when cars, the ceiling of the car gets old, it starts to get a little baggy. You know, it starts to come apart a little bit, right? So that's what's happening. Like it's an old Caprice type of thing, but it's not. It's not. He's been in a few accidents. We can tell because the front is all dented up, but glory be to God. He has transportation. And hey, it is what it is. Like it's moving, it's rolling. I'm pretty sure it's paid for. Got to be. And he probably don't have no insurance. So he is riding free. Okay? Got to be. Because he ain't putting no money into that car to get nothing fixed. Not his window, not his bumper, not his... I'm pretty sure there's other things going on. It probably need an oil change right now. But he made it to pick him up. And he took him on to this little diner where we see Joella is waiting for him. So it seemed like a setup a little bit because the brother, you know, after they pulled up to the scene, the brother got missing. Like, okay, well, I brought you to the location. You can have lunch with your baby mama. And let's just act like it was me that you were having lunch with. So they're having lunch. Long story short, there is something there still. He still has feelings for her. She definitely still has feelings for him because she went ahead and let it be known that I'm not the one who terminated the relationship. I wasn't ready to let go, yet you went ahead and moved on to Kiana, and now we're here. So I don't know how she's going to feel about us having this co-parenting relationship together, but she's letting it be known that she is going to try to spice it up. She is going to be adding life to their relationship, and she wants Kiana to be ready because she can already tell that Demontric, number one, he's leading both of them on. He is keeping his options open. It's not like he is completely shut down Joella to say, hey, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going. This is who I'm with. No, he leads it to, you know, and I've heard something like this myself before, and I have been a victim of hearing things, the sweet things to keep you strung along, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Maybe in the future, if life brings us back and circles us back around, keeping that inch of hope in there, you know, just a mustard seed. So, of course, so at this point, she is going full throttle, honey. She said, listen, I am going to be there to pick up the pieces at all times. So, Kiana better have her stuff together because she's going to be there. And when Demontric is ready to go and make his decision with who he wants to be with, because we know that he is not doing it now, she's going to be there to make sure that she's in the runnings. So Joella is definitely that type of female that you want to look out for because she knows that the man is in a relationship, but yet she's still in love with the man, and she knows that she has some kind of gravity effect with him because clearly he still loves her. They've had 3 kids together. He's still willing to meet up with her and try to build this relationship, whatever the case may be. But she knows that she can have her way and she can make things happen and she can shake it up a little bit. She has done it before, so why not do it again? So we will see what happens with that. Very sad. I feel bad for Kiana because she seems so naive. Like, have you been like her stepfather? I mean, he's such a sweet guy. It would lead you to believe that. I mean, have you been sheltered all your life? I mean, what else do you need? The man has, I mean, he's older than you. We already he's seen that. We don't know what actually happened between that time, but he left, went off for college, did his thing, got kicked out or quit or whatever he did that got him out of college, came back home. Then he got with you, but not only did he get with you, it must not have been too official because he was still messing with other people, including Joella, more than one time. And it seems like, according to the way the story has been told, he was in and out of jail. And when he's in and out of jail, he's in and out of your relationship and back and forth with Joella. And y'all just have been having this fight continuum going on for months, years, days, whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. She needs to give it up. Her family needs to go ahead and tell her, move on, do something better with your life. And his family, especially the sister that's supposed to be, well, was formerly her best friend, needs to go ahead and tell her that, look, my brother is doing his thing. And I want you to do better. I want you to be happy. And it ain't going to be happy chasing my brother down. But I get it. I mean, she's not going to say nothing to throw her brother underneath the bus. And that's what her friend wants. That's what he wants. That's what she wants. And I just feel bad for Kiana. Like, because she's just being so naive or just insecure within herself to say that she can't do anything better than him because that's who she grew up with. That's her high school sweetheart. But your high school sweetheart is not for you, Kiana. Moving on. Give it up. And you know, last. I saved the best for last. Julius, Alexis, and Ashley. So, Julius and Alexis, they just had a night full of lovemaking. They enjoyed it. And everything is great. She's preparing to go meet his family, although she is familiar with them to an extent. But she's basically the real life girlfriend. I mean, she's the one that's going to meet the family, even though I know that doesn't mean anything much. But I mean, Julius has mentioned, or he has said in this episode, that he wasn't really feeling his family too much because they kind of disappointed him at the simple fact that once he got incarcerated, they kind of gave up on him and just left him out there. They weren't really supportive. They weren't really calling him, checking for him, sending him money, doing anything like that. So that kind of stuck with him. And the only person that was really there for him was Alexis. So, and I get it. If anyone who has had any family members in prison, you know that is taxing. You know, especially if you want to stay involved with being in that person's life, that they are going to need support financially from you. And, you know, they mean well. I don't think that they mean to, you know, intrude, but, you know, it's just like they call at times that you can't answer the phone. You might be at work. It's just a lot of things that I can understand a family member saying, hey, well, you know, I apologize that life just kind of consumed me and you fell by the wayside. And that's usually how it is. And it sucks because that's how the jail system works. They lock your family, they lock you up for extended periods of time for whatever your crime is. That's one thing. But then they send you far. They send you, you know, quite a ways away from your family, probably for security reasons. You know, they don't want to have not jails or not too many prisons or smack dead in the middle of a community. But, they send you someplace far. It's hard for your family members to reach out to you. It costs money to communicate with you. It costs money to come see you. His sister was already saying, like, hey, I love my brother and everything, but at the time, I was a single parent and he wanted much more than I was at the capacity to give as a single mother. I get it. So he was like, that's like taking care of another child, or another person. That's another bill, because it's like you want to make sure that your family is straight. But, that doesn't negate the fact that, listen, I should have been there for you. I dropped the ball. I'm sorry. Same thing with the mother. I believe Julius's father was incarcerated, and his mother is an alcoholic. Long story short, it's not like it almost like she portrayed it she almost gave the story as if Julius going to prison caused her to go on some spiral out of control with drinking alcohol, and that's what kept her from going to see him, because her license got took. But according to Julius, his mom has always had an alcohol addiction, and that has always been a part of their life. He doesn't want to hold that against her, but she was apologetic. He was understanding, but at the end of the day, he still had harbored some kind of ill feelings. But at the same time, like I said, Alexis picked up the pieces. She was there for him. So now, Julius is trying to try his hand, play his cards by trying to sneak off and see Ashley. So he is in the car making these little innuendos or these low comments as he's getting text messages from his friends. Well, allegedly his friends saying, oh yeah, my homeboy Ty trying to meet up. He trying to go hang out. He trying to go hang out. But really it's Ashley. Like, when you coming over? When you coming over? When you coming over? So that's it. That was his way out. He told Alexis, listen, I gotta go dip out to go see my boy Tyler. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. And that's how he went to go see Ashley. We'll see what happens next on the Trouble Trouble.